Just joking. We don't do that around here. But Tim, we do love your work.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this section of the show. I do a wrap-up series called the Empty Quiver. I'm quite new to bow hunting. I've only been doing it 2 years now, and at the end of every hunting trip I always do a little bit of a talk like this to see what I've learned. Also, we look at some of the extra footage that didn't quite fit in properly. There was an extra day of hunting that we did, so you'll see some of the footage from that just in a second, and then when we come back, I'll talk about what I've learned. Also, we'll talk a little bit about the community and how you can get involved more. So let's quickly go over the third day. Early in the morning we spotted a group of pigs, and I decided to try and put a little stalk on them because the wind was good. However, they were on a mission somewhere and moving too fast. We managed to get a brief glimpse of them here with this camera footage, but apart from that, that was basically all we saw of them. After that, we went and collected all the trail cameras that we'd set up. Unfortunately, this one was broken and we didn't get anything at all. After that, we walked up some hills, did some glassing, found some fresh sign actually. Some rocks flipped over. Had a look for some more ibex again. The views are beautiful up here. So this is basically our last stalk for the hunt. I hope you guys can hear me alright. Over the top of that next ridge over there is where we saw the ibex last time. It's been a couple of days since we've been back, so if you've got no idea of ibex, I imagine they kind of habitual animals to some degree. Wind's really good, it's coming straight up our face here. We managed to get up onto the rock faces here, and we didn't find any ibex. They'd moved on, and we later found out that if you bump them too many times, they move quite a few different hills over. So considering we'd bumped these twice in 2 days, they were probably nowhere close. However, the amazing hunters we are, we found something to eat. So no ibex, but trying some of the local almonds off the trees. We figure if the pigs like them, there must be, well, everyone likes almonds, what am I talking about? Just need some chocolate around them and we'd be gold. Pomegranate tree over there too, but unfortunately they're not ripe yet. Let's put one open to have a look. So, what did I learn on this trip? I learned an absolute butt ton about hunting animals in Spain. Stalking super duper hard, it's very doable. I want to try some other areas in Spain before I completely, before I form a proper opinion on the place. It's great. The people are very friendly. I can see why they are probably quite nocturnal. I mean, there's actually quite a lot of, the area we were in, it was quite populated still. It was not the middle of nowhere, so the pigs and stuff like that are more active at night. Also because of the heat too, right? I can imagine that they just bed down through the day. And we met Jorge towards the well, you guys saw it in the tracking video there on the second day. And hey, what an absolute champion of a man, really. He taught us so much in the hour or two. Hopefully you've seen him on the podcast already. I'm recording this pre the podcast, so unless something happened with technical issues, but we'll get him on the channel here anyway if he didn't. But the man lives and breathes bow hunting. He's the same as a lot of European bow hunters, where he's quite isolated in the fact that I think he's about the only bow hunter in his area. There are a few others, but most of the time it's people with rifles and things like that. So the time of the year we went, we were focusing on the bait piles, but it was a bad time really, because there was so much natural food around. The almonds were dropping on the trees, and that's like #1 food source for pigs, according to Jorge. And yeah, like he walked us through. I wish I'd recorded some of this, but he walked us through the almond trees, and he was like, look, and on the sides of the trees, sure enough, there's like big rub marks from the pigs. It's all dirt. And then he said, look again, and he went bam and smacked the tree, and the almonds fell out. He said, so the pigs come around at night time and they just knock the trees and all the almonds fall out, and they just eat on that, and they're strong enough to crack through the outer shell and just eat the nuts on the inside. And then sure enough, we're looking around and there's broken almond casings all over the place. So that's pretty cool. So apparently the best times to go actually kind of like blind hunting, or whatever you want to call it, stationary hunting, is either in the summer when it's really hot, because they go to the water sources once it starts cooling down in the evening, or I think what am I saying, midwinter, I do believe. Someone's going to correct me here probably, but because then they start going back to the food piles again. Basically, once all the the autumn crops stop producing and it goes back into winter, they'll start hitting the bait piles again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully going back again. That's for sure. It was great. Myself, which we didn't cover actually, learning wise, on the second day that you saw where we rebumped the ibex, I was quite flustered, being honest with you. Like all those small game hunters, they were allowed to be there, but there were so many shotgun shots going off, and sometimes like probably it sounded like 100 meters from us, 50 meters. Like we thought we were kind of pretty much in the middle of nowhere. They were just spread out all through that area, which is so I'm just like I'm kind of wasting my time really. So it was a bit of scouting, but once we come out from that ridge, I was like, let's just go home. We had some bait piles to put out and stuff, I think, from memory, and just wanted to chill out basically. So once we left that, we came across the fields and then up onto that ridge line. Like we were kind of just making a beeline home. The other thing that happened is I'd run out of water, and I don't know if you guys got a little bit dehydrated, but me, I start to get like crazy songs going on in my head, and like stuff on loop and repeat and things like that, and I wasn't concentrating properly. And I came up on the top of the rise, and basically there was an ibex looking at me. And of course, it was game over at that stage. I just had mentally tuned out from the hunt, and also, was a little bit dehydrated as well. So, the next times I was out, I had a lot of water on me. It's just, I guess I'm not really used to that. Like if it was summertime in New Zealand and I'd been doing it for a little bit, your body kind of gets a little bit more used to it. But I definitely was not ready for it. So yeah. The other thing I don't really learn. I'm not sure how to learn from this. Maybe I need better gear. As I have the GoPro cut out on me so many times, and I've seen a few other influencers or hunting channels post recently saying that the GoPros are doing the same to them. So here's a little bit of a montage of all the times the GoPro finished. Before I was finished filming. So yeah, just to give you a little bit of idea how frustrating it all is.
Oh, very good, pero...
Yeah. So, the GoPro turned off again on me. It does it about like 10-20 seconds. It's last morning. Before we pack up, we're just going to go and have a little look for Ben's pig. So we're going to go for a big walk. Pretty much do what we did first day. The trail camera. Ben's on full photographer mode today. So that's pretty cool. And he'll also be doing the filming with the other camera. So as you can see, it actually makes it really, really hard to film. Especially, like, imagine if they did that after actually that's what did happen in New Zealand with the Arapara ram, is that the footage stopped before we could get the shot on camera. So yeah, I'm not sure how to deal with that. It's frustrating, and we'll have to, maybe I do need to contact GoPro and see what they say. Maybe they've got a workaround for it. But yeah, it's frustrating. You can't retake hunting. You just can't redo it. It's a one-time take kind of deal. So yeah, it's very frustrating. But anyway, yeah. So that's All I think I learnt this time, the pig, that was Ben who shot that, and again, I've said, I feel really gutted for him about it. That's I'm sure he's got some thinking. Well, I know he's done some thinking about it all, but it's not my place to talk about that. And then I just want to take this time to thank Ben actually for the invite. He invited me along to Spain. Jorge and his dog Fletcher, you guys are champions. Thank you so much. Risto as well, if you're watching this, man. Thank you so much for for hooking me up with a spot to go there too. So. I really appreciate it, and the rest of you guys in the community too. Maybe you're new here. We're not, we didn't set out to be just another hunting channel. We want to grow the community, and it's growing very nicely actually. And I'm not talking about YouTube. So we have a Discord server, and a lot of people, unless you do some gaming, you probably don't know what Discord is. But basically, it's a separate platform. It's not like a social media. You can share all your photos on there straight from your cell phone, or you can use it on your computer as well. And there's we've got chat rooms in there where you can ask for advice. We've got some really solid people in there. You might have seen the podcast last week. Instinctive Archer is in there, absolute bow guru. We've got guys that know rifles. We got guys that know optics. Half the cool thing about it, because to me and Flinta, that is hunting, is the community, right? You want to share your success, grow and learn together and stuff like that. So check out the link down below. Hopefully you've seen a little bit of the footage and stuff there. It's free too. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to put no credit cards in like that. It's an app that you download for your computer and your phone, and then all you do is just clicking the link will take you to a download site for it too. So please come on, it's getting busier and busier, especially now the season's starting to wrap up. I suppose there's so many trophy shots and stuff coming in. It's awesome. So thank you very much. This has been the Spain series, my first time there. I'm looking forward to going back, to be honest with you. So we've still got plenty more content coming out. Rest of Flinta's Brothers season, my hunting in Finland as well. And then we've got lots of stuff. We've got heaps of product tests and stuff coming up too. So yeah, thank you very much. Love you all heaps. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe please, doing us a world of favor. Catch you later. Bye.